Well, hello and welcome to Fun Fantasy FPL. My name is Harry.
And I'm Stephen Berry.
Yes, this is the podcast that talks about the gut feels of FPL, and my gut is feeling like it's been kicked in face because we are just recording this after the North London derby. I've been to play football and then watch the game in my Spurs kit as well. Um, yeah, I'm feeling pretty gutted, more gutted by the moment. But yeah, Stephen, what is your verdict on the game?
Woo. Oh, look, fundamentally, it was just men against boys. The better team just won.
Against boys. I mean, come on, that's a little harsh.
No,
Like,
literally, your back four is 12, I think is the average age or something. That's one of the worst back fours I
I
think
mean,
Spurs
Thomas
have
Partey
ever
might
had.
prefer it to be that way, but we're not
Yeah,
going to talk about that.
man, this is a family podcast, okay? We might need to edit that out, even though I've also made similar jokes. No, just like okay. One thing also, your front three's better than ours, but I think Paddy Power put it very well. The team, no attack versus no defense. No attack was winning, because the Spurs back line is just so poor. I found myself agreeing a lot with Rio Ferdinand a lot on commentary tonight. Things that the sentence I would never thought I would say. But yeah, he just made a good point. Like no, and just like. He actually highlighted parties lack of pressing on Sar, and he made like another good point as well, which I've forgotten, but it's the only time I've actually been impressed with him. Not enough to remember it, of course. It wasn't that impressive, but fundamentally, we're just better. We're at home. It was a controlled 2-1 win. Should have been more. Havertz stole a goal off Odegaard, and also stole me a Timber assist and an Odegaard goal as well, just to rub salt in the wounds. But that's what Havertz does to you. He just ruins any team that he's in. So that you just got to accept.
I also think Odegaard had a poor game. I mean, he should have scored about two or three goals. Like he had that shot in the second half
Yeah, it's fine.
inside the box. That should be a goal. Like that is poor for a
Probably.
player like him. Like there is no like he shouldn't be missing that. Like he's tried to finesse it. It's not worked. Like honestly, I didn't expect us to win. I mean, the last time we won at the Emirates was 2010. Jonas Kabul last minute. Great goal. What a goal it was. So we were never going to win this game. But I think we played quite well. We weathered the storm for the first 20 minutes and, came up on top. But I mean, our goalkeeper, I think he should do better on
Oh,
the second goal. And he had a few
you think
shaky
he should do
moments.
better? You think after it touches his hands and it still goes into the goal, you think he
Well,
should
no,
do better?
it bounced before the keeper. I mean, look, he's young. He's new to the Premier League. This is his second game for Tottenham, right? He's come in, he's signed, he's played Liverpool that evening, got the clean sheet, and then he's played Arsenal at the Emirates. So I'm not gonna, go for him at all. I think he's a good keeper. I think he's good, so it's good promise. I think he's a good deputy to Vicario and maybe challenges Vicario's place, whatever.
Hmm.
Look, our back line is made of paper.
Hmm.
That's the reality. We have a shocking defense. I rate Archie Gray, Porro to an extent, but though he had his ankles broken by Trossard, shout out to Eddie for that comment on the Instagram. Um, so look, we were going to lose the game, but I thought the only criticism I'm going to have of Ange taking Son off at 70 was weird.
He was
It's
a bit
fun.
absent. Apart from the goal, I don't think I remember him doing much, to be honest with you. But again,
But score, but
Arsenal were in
if we're
control.
gonna score, it's gonna be breakaway. Who's the quickest player in our team? Who's the
Brennan Johnson.
player? No, it's Son. Son is gonna make those breakaway moments. You know he is. He's gonna be the threat. He's gonna be the person that Gabriel and all of the centre backs are gonna be thinking about. They're gonna be like, well, where's Son? Okay, if I've got Son, I know I'm okay. Basically, I think taking him off was a big mistake. I don't think it changed the course of the game. I think after you scored the second goal, you were fully in control. You then brought on your 6,000 left backs that you have,
Yeah.
and just saw the game out. I'm gutted because it's North London derby. It means you got 6 points from us this season. But look, Arsenal in a better place right now. Spurs are. I did enjoy, and it's a shout out to the man in the perseverance. There's an Arsenal fan who was sitting at the bar the entire game talking about how shit all their players were, which makes me think, I wonder why Havertz has no confidence as a striker. Could it be the fact that their fans shit on him from a great height all of the time?
Um, First of all, I think it's Chelsea fans also did that as well. First, let's say a few things there. When he first joined, there was actually a lot of support for him when he started very badly.
Yeah.
And then he did okay. However, I don't think any player should expect limitless patience. Chelsea fans, they did the same thing with him. They're like, okay, you got to go to the Champions League final, but even their patience ran as well. I don't think it's completely unreasonable for football fans to be like, you keep missing open goals. This is quite irritating. We spent 60 million on you. Chelsea spent 70 million on him. He's on one of our highest wages. I think it's probably fair enough to say, come on, mate, stop missing open goals.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Havertz didn't score a goal. I made that prediction at the beginning of the game, and
Free header, had a free header.
turns out I was correct.
Once again, free header, unmarked, 6-yard box, straight down the goalkeeper's throat.
Yeah.
Like terrible.
So I predicted a Desmond Tutu for those that are uncultured. And it didn't come out that way, sadly. So yeah, I'm gutted, but we move. In terms of FPL, I mean, don't think I can see any players on that pitch that I would want to own right now. I had Gabriel. I started Gabriel. Actually, I should confess this to the dear listeners. I actually missed the deadline this week. I missed it, and the only thing I was going to do was bring in a Crystal Palace defender.
Was it going to be Gay? Was it actually going to be Gay?
It wasn't going to be Gay. It was going to be someone like Mitchell, and I would have started them over Gabriel. That's the only thing I would have done. I got the captaincy wrong. I captained Salah. I was thinking between Palmer, Salah, or Isak. You captained Isak.
I did.
Isak probably would have been the person I chose, but I missed the deadline. Hands up. But, still sitting on 61 points. Pretty happy with that. With a couple of players to play. Yeah. How did you do, Stephen?
I'm doing really well. I'm on 80 points. No, 80 points. Sorry, no, God, no. I'm never going to be near 80. I'm on 70 points. Gusto didn't play any minutes. I'm going to have Clive coming off the bench. That's before bonus points. Isaac probably get me another 6, so 76. Infuriatingly, my 3 Villa players all got 6 points, and you were mocking me for my double Villa defense. Turns out, if possible, I should have had the quad defense because Dingy and Cash got 6 points, but no bonus points. Conser and Mings got 3 bonus points each.
Yeah, but I mean, Gusto didn't play, so you're going to get Cliver off. No, you won't get Cliver off the bench. You'll get Nico Williams off the bench. 2 points on there.
No, Cliver, because you can get 3 at the back.
Oh, you started 4 defenders. Oh, you're going to get Cliver off your 8 points. So you're going to sit on, what, 83 points?
Actually, I'm going to be close, yeah. Well, after bonus points and stuff, I'm going to be around the 80 mark. Gordon probably would have got a bonus point as well.
Yeah,
Watkins
Gordon's
got 2 bonus
points. I'm looking at live score FPL. So yeah, you'll be on 83 points.
With Matoma, who might start against Ipswich, we can dream. So yeah, I've had a pretty good week. Odegaard got a few points as well. I think just from I think from FPL perspective, played badly, got 3 bonus points. Anyway, Barry. I think just from a FPL perspective, you have.
Did he get 3 bonus points?
Odegaard did, didn't he? Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he did. Looking at it, yeah, he did. He got 3 bonus points.
Well, I mean, it's
the man who had a poor game.
He had a poor game. He should have bagged like 3 goals. He didn't do that, right?
Yeah, but just quickly on FPL, I would say if you have an Arsenal player, you've probably made that decision by now. You've probably got one of the defenders. Yeah, just hold them basically. And again with Spurs, I mean. Probably not.
Who would you be owning who would you be owning?
No, because Song's the only one who starts every week, but he's too expensive. I really like Madison, but he doesn't start enough. So they're all Kula goes a bit off the boil.
Kulu, yeah, but he's 50-50.
Yeah, so no, probably I can't right now. I don't see any, and also I think given the way that Spurs play is you build from the back. If not only can you not defend, you can't start attack, which is quite evident today. You really.
I mean, I actually think that Solanke's probably the best option for us, but then he's got an own goal today. So it's difficult. It is difficult for sure. Yeah. Other game that we should talk about is probably Forest Liverpool, a top table clash, which is weird to say. Um, yeah, I mean, Chris Wood, the man that robs you of your
Mm.
opinions on the regular, are you going to buckle and bring him in?
No, I would rather I'd rather go down on the sinking ship. Um, I read earlier his XG over the last one of the games is 5, and he's got 13 goals. Like this is just Havertz has also had the same XG and scored 0, by the way. This is unsustainable. Like I just this will not. Also, I didn't know he's 33. He's
No.
like, yeah, he's really old. He really has no right to be
Yeah.
doing what he's doing.
But he is Stephen. Stephen, Chris Wood, right? He is class. He's an
To
old school striker, but he's getting a lot of goals. Do you know who he reminds me of a lot is Andy Carroll. Like that peak season he
yes,
had.
I. So you're saying this is that season he had at Newcastle for
No,
6
no,
months,
because he had
maybe.
a couple of seasons back to back where he did really, really well.
I ask any Liverpool fan if that's true. He had 6 months at Newcastle.
Yeah,
That was it.
no, not for Liverpool. No, no, I agree with you there. But like he was a class striker. Um,
He
really old
wasn't. He was
fashioned.
terrible. I mean, Obi
Okay.
kept him out of the team when at Newcastle for ages. Like he wasn't that good there either. He had one really good burst. Got his big money signing. Good, fair fit, good for him. But like anyway, yes, but I do agree. He is like Andy Carroll, i.e., not very good. He's having his moment, and I have nothing against the man. But I'm not bringing him in. However, I still maintain that you should have at least one Nottingham Forest defender and one Nottingham Forest midfielder in FPL. And then, do you know what? You probably should just have Chris Wood as well. But I'm gonna hold my nerve here.
Fine, fine. Okay, cool. And in terms of Liverpool, so I own Salah and Trent. We've got the double game week coming up in 24. I assume it's a hold, but if you're looking ahead at that double game week in 24, who else would you be looking to go for? I mean, I think double Liverpool defense is probably out of the question. But if you're looking for another striker, Diego Jota scored with his first
Yeah.
touch. I think the Luis Diaz is probably the biggest under threat from Jota. Yeah.
Is Gapco playing as the number 9? The Diaz play as the number 9 for them?
So Gakpo is more of a number 9, but he can
Yeah.
play more on the wing.
Yeah, but Diaz
And
was the
he
false 9, wasn't he?
Yeah, and I think you can. I mean, because look, when you look at Gakpo, like a lot of his goals are cutting in hot bins, cutting in, making the runs down the line. Diego Jota can play as a 9, you know. And I think you got Salah on one side, Jota in the middle, and Gakpo on the other side. That's great.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, and
great attack.
I think Jota just is. I think this is a simple one. Who's most likely to play most minutes for number 9 at Liverpool now that Jota's back from injury? The answer is Jota. Salah doesn't really need any further explanation. And then yeah, Trent or one of the defenders. No, I think it's still yeah. I know
I
Trent
mean,
had that
Jota's
one really
7.2, Luis Diaz is
yeah
7.5, and Gakpo is 7.4. I
yeah.
mean,
Jota's going to play
I,
the most minutes, you would think.
you would think that, yeah. I've currently got, as I said, Salah and Trent. I'm not worried about that at all. Um, Speaking of double game week, are you thinking of any Everton players? Dwight
um,
McNeil if he comes back.
no. Dyche has gone. He'll never play for Everton again. Oh God, I mean, obviously everyone's got Mikalenko. Uh, Pickford, if I wildcarded, I'm pretty annoyed with my goalkeepers. I've got Sanchez and Fabianski. Pickford's now just gone up to the second. He's 5 million though, and that's quite a boring approach.
Is it in Jai's
Uh,
time? Is it in Jai's time?
oh, he's a
I
forward though.
don't.
If he was a if he's a midfielder, I'd definitely say go for him. Actually, I need to get rid of Evan Nielsen.
But that double game week is Leicester at home and Liverpool at home.
Oh, that is
It's
yeah,
tempting. It's
it is
tempting, isn't
tempting.
it? I mean, DCL missed an absolute sitter this evening. I don't know if you've seen it. Like, I mean,
No.
I'd bury that.
So I'm just looking to see who played today for Everton. So sorry guys, as you can tell, Barry and I were concentrating very much on the North London derby. So maybe our
Yeah, that's
prep
true.
hasn't been It's not our usual standard. Ashley Young is still
Do
starting
we
for them.
do we
That's
have a
incredible.
usual standard, Stephen? I'm not sure. I'm
I
not
think
sure.
we've so Ashley Young still started for them. Jack Harrison started. He
Yeah.
might be he'll be dirt cheap. I don't know what he'll be. I actually quite like Harris. I liked him when he was at Leeds. I thought he should. I think he should. I think there's a lot more to come from him. I'm going to pause. I don't think you need to bring in Everton players before the double game week anyway. So I
Yeah.
think you can wait.
Yeah, no, sure, sure. Okay, cool. Well, moving swiftly on, we'll
Mm,
move to the Palace Leicester game because I want to talk about this for a couple of reasons. Because, as I said, I would have brought in a defender for Palace. I did mention this before last week. Um, you know, Gehi obviously got the goal, but you've got Muniz and Mitchell and obviously Henderson. Henderson got 4 saves, so no doubt will be on a few bonus points there as well. Saar got the assist. I'm extremely happy about that. I've been holding
mm,
him, yeah, look, he's got a good couple of fixtures coming up. He's got West Ham away, Brentford at home, Man United away, Everton at home. Fulham away and Aston Villa at home, and then Ipswich at home. So I could probably sit on him for until March, probably. You know, pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with that. Um, but the reason why I want to bring it up is because I think that it shows that Jamie Vardy had a really, really good chance, but then Leicester aren't really creating that many opportunities. And I think if you have a defender that's playing at Leicester away or at home, I think it might be Operation Target Leicester because they can't
yeah.
attack. That I mean, outside of Vardy, like
Is that 7 defeats in a row now in the league?
yeah, I mean, I know you're feeling it in your testicles, but how are they tingling this week? Is it Maldini? Not Maldini.
Maldini.
What's he called?
He might as well be playing at left back. Uh, yeah, I haven't actually watched enough of Leicester recently. I mean, the last game I watched them was against Liverpool, where I thought they played pretty well, but they didn't score. I don't, again,
And
I
it's
haven't looked
Chris-
at I
And it's
haven't looked at the
Crystal
stats for.
Palace as well. I mean, Crystal Palace have been
Yeah.
struggling. I mean, we might see a situation where the same three that came up go down. And that just might be like a reality of the situation within football at the moment.
So
But
Leicester created an XG of 1.52, had 21 shots, of which 4 were on target. And you've got somebody like Vardy up top. I mean, yeah, I don't know what's going. I mean, it can't be bad. Like if it's 7 in a row now,
I mean, I
and then
like Rude. I like what he's doing. I think he's a good manager. And I do hope that even if they do go down, they will stick with him. But look, Leicester are rooted in that bottom three, 14 points. 2 points from safety, although their goal difference is terrible, so it's effectively three. And then you've got Ipswich and Everton on 16 and 17 above them, and Wolves obviously in 16, but I think Wolves have got enough to get out of it. So realistically, I think it's only Everton and Wolves they can really catch.
mm,
Um, Ipswich, well, no, sorry, I don't think it's only Everton, only Wolves and Ipswich they can catch because I think Everton will have enough. And then there's a big gap, and then there's Man United, lol, and then there's Palace, and then there's Spurs,
mhm.
who are apparently, we apparently love Ange. So yeah, that's the reason I wanted to bring up that game, particularly. And yeah, and then I guess the Brentford Man City, oh no, sorry, the Chelsea Bournemouth game. That was the one I also
Mm.
wanted to talk about. Um, I just think Bournemouth are a good team.
Yeah,
I think could you see yourself going double Bournemouth? Have you got double Bournemouth right now?
I do. I have Evan Nielsen. He's injured, unfortunately. Otherwise, but yeah, I've got him and Clivert. Semenyo got another good haul again. A great goal. If you
Goal
don't
and
so
assist. Yeah.
Yeah, Palmer's goal was excellent. He scored the it was like a FIFA goal. He dummied the keeper. I haven't actually. It's very rare to see it in real life. Only the original Ronaldo I've ever seen really do that. But yeah, that was lovely from Palmer. But yeah, they are good. The problem is their next fixtures are Newcastle away, Nottingham Forest at home, Liverpool at home. So that's not great. But then they have Southampton. I mean, it's
But
Operation
they've
Target
just they've
Southampton.
just gone to Stamford Bridge and they've got a 2-2. Right.
But you're still playing Newcastle away, who are flying. They've got the best striker in the league right now. Nottingham Forest at home, Liverpool at home. That isn't. I mean, okay, I don't see why I would sell Cliver because he's on penalties, and you can they'll probably get one penalty in those 3 games, maybe. Or you could do something else. Although he's only got penalty returns, I think. I think that's all he's ever done. Don't get me wrong, he's got a hat trick of penalties in one game, so I'll take it. But then they have Southampton, Wolves, Brighton, Tottenham. And then basically teams you can't Brentford again. Yeah, I would say once they're past the Liverpool game, their run end of season is actually really, really nice. Oh God, their running after Liverpool is really, really good, especially attackers. Fill your boots. Yeah, Semenyo. I mean, does Semenyo become a must-have after the Liverpool game? Maybe.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, Semenyo is going to be my banker actually for this week,
There you go.
because I just think you can sit in there, and even in all those games, I can see you getting some results. And he's what 5.6, 5.7. He's cheap. And I think when you're in that price bracket, you're competing against Morgan Rogers. Obviously got an assist this week,
Hmm.
but you could quite happily have both of those, if anything, and then and obviously be able to reinvest those players in elsewhere, so in that money elsewhere. So yeah, I think that's probably the games I wanted to talk about the most. I mean, any other games you want to talk about, or was
I just wanted to quickly talk about Brentford Man City, not so much for the game, but I think, well, a little bit
for
for
the
the game,
lols?
which, well, I mean, look, I mean, Brent, they were 2-0 up and they threw it away to a bus stop in Hounslow. But that does lead me on to, that does lead me on to a player that I think we need to start talking about him again. The best English player of all, he's either the best English player of all time or the worst. There's never anything in between with
Was
him.
Phil
And
fucking
that is
Foden?
Phil fucking Foden. We need to
Mm.
talk about Phil Foden. We also need to talk about Alex Iwobi as well, who I think is now, I think is he's not top for midfielders, obviously the Salah and Palmer, but is he third now in
He
terms of
must be.
points? The two un I don't know if you saw the goals, genuinely incredible. Um, I think if I hadn't recommended Jimenez as an FPL pick, he would have got his boot on the first one. But anyway, um, but yeah, Phil Foden. So Man City have next Ipswich. So again, team you want to target. Chelsea and Arsenal. He's actually not that bad against Chelsea, I think. I just did a quick search. He's actually got a decent record against Chelsea, and I can't recall. I think he's got a couple against Arsenal as well. Um, he then has Newcastle, Liverpool, but this is not great fixtures basically after Ipswich. But you know, how? Okay, I guess the bigger question is how are Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool going, and Tottenham going to approach Man City now? Are they going to go for it? Are they going to really attack Man City, or are they going to park the bus? I think Chelsea and Arsenal and Newcastle are probably going to go for it. Now, does that mean
Yeah.
it's a Phil Foden? Does that mean it's a Savinho? There's got to be a Man City asset out there. Maybe Savinho, who's on the wing. I mean, I know he's only got one goal, I think, since he signed for them, which is not great. But Phil Foden, once he starts scoring, he tends to go on pretty good runs.
Yeah, do you
Um,
know what? I just quickly, I mean, I just looked at his numbers, right? So in the last 5 game weeks, he's returned in every game bar one.
wow.
9 points, 2 points, 6 points, 8 points, and then 15 points this week. And yes, he has Ipswich away, and then he runs into a difficult run of Chelsea at home, Arsenal away, Newcastle at home, Liverpool at home, and Tottenham away. Um, I mean, firstly, let's talk about that run, right? Just briefly, like Man City. I
Yeah.
mean, Pep Guardiola can't catch a break. I mean, his wife's left him, the form's left him, and now he's going into that run where I don't see them really winning much. I mean, Jesus, that is a really difficult position. But would you bring him in? I mean, he's 9.2 million. That is a
Not
lot of
not
cash.
not only will I bring him in, Barry, it is done. Foden
What?
is my Foden is my banker. I've been meaning to get rid of Odegaard for a while. He's got my 8 points against. Oh my God, my computer has crashed. I've got a server error when I'm trying to do it. The internet is banning me. They're like, "What? This guy is clearly off his head."
So that is the clip. Stephen has tried
Wow,
to transfer out Odegaard for Phil Foden, and his
genuinely.
computer has crashed.
I'm actually not making this up. Genuinely, I've got the 502 server error. It said, "Yeah, we cannot complete your request."
Smashing work,
Scene.
mate. Smashing work. Okay, great.
Scenes.
So we've touched on it a bit. So yeah. So who would you say? So you said you haven't actually
Phil
said your
Foden.
bankers. So
Phil
bank
Foden.
Phil
The
Foden is
reason,
your banker.
and again, let me sort of explain well, I did just explain the rationale there.
Is
I
there a
think,
rationale?
yeah, I think Chelsea Arsenal are going to go for them, and I think there's danger, and they still score. I think Foden more than maybe or De Bruyne. De Bruyne's record against Arsenal in particular is incredible, but I don't think he's quite that man anymore. Um, but all I'm saying is I can see Man City goals. I can see Man City conceding. I wouldn't be looking at any of the defense. In fact, I don't. They'll probably keep one against Ipswich, maybe, but I can't see them keeping a clean sheet against Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool, or Tottenham. So ignore their defenders like the plague. But no, Phil Foden, as you said, he's in form. I couldn't actually see what his ownership was. I was so excited just to transfer him in, but I don't think he'll be highly owned either anymore. And also, I think he'll now start every week. Pep loves, bullying him and then not starting him. And just when you think it's all over, 5.5% ownership. So there we go. Phil Foden. Let's see if the transfer works this time.
Welcome to the team.
Welcome to the team.
Well, you put that in Instagram bio. Welcome to the team. Okay, cool. Yeah. So that's your banker. Your middling rogue, and then your rogue, please, sir.
Oh, who's middling? Who's middling? I guess Arsenal defenders, to be fair. The reason why I say they're middling is because they've got Villa. So, probably will do something. Wolves away, Man City. And after that, they're pretty easy. So I guess for now. Oh, I've said Jimenez as being on my constant middle for a while now. I guess I don't know if this is a middling thing, but triple Newcastle. Who's the Newcastle? There's got to be a Newcastle defender to go for.
Hall.
Hall and
Hall.
Livramento both started. I
Oh no,
guess.
Hall's the
Yeah.
one who's been killing it. I mean, he'll get bonus points, I think, this week. He got 12 points against Man United with the assist, 6 points tonight. I'm pretty sure he's going to get a bonus. Villa 6, Ipswich 7. He got 15 at Leicester. And I sold him 2 weeks before that.
I guess technically is that really middling? I haven't really got a middling one. I guess Rogue One. I'm also very happy to highlight. I told you about Fulham. They were not people targeting Fulham for that run. You are incredibly lucky that Anthony Robertson got 8 points. That is the fluky, that is a disgrace. Let's call it what it is. That's an absolute FPL disgrace.
He got 2 assists.
Disgrace. But I told you they were not the team to target. Now they've got Man U and Newcastle and Forest next. Then now that's when you bring your Fulham players in. So next week my middling shouts will be Fulham players again. But so yeah, I guess the rogue shout. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Mavidi. He's got Fulham next. They're gonna win that game, Leicester. You heard it here first. Leicester are gonna win that game.
Okay, so Leicester gonna win that game. Your middling shout, I didn't quite catch. Is it any Fulham player next week though?
I would yes.
Any Fulham player next week. This is sage advice. This is what the listeners come to the podcast for. So next week, the middling shout is Fulham players. This week, it's whoever you like. Okay, cool. So my banker is Gordon. If you don't own him, get him in. My middling shout is going to be Semenyo. And I say it middling only because of the fixtures. You convinced me.
Yeah.
I think it's difficult because I would have him if my team was structured in that way, just because afterwards they do go into quite a nice fixture run. Liverpool can concede quite easily, so I think that's fine. And my rogue shout is gonna be.
Is it a Jai?
No, it's not
still
in Jai. It's not in Jai. No, it's someone that's like a bit more mainstream, but it's someone maybe we've forgotten have existed. He's probably in a few ghost teams because I can see his percentage being 8.8. It's Eze. Now, Eze got an assist this week. He also got an assist or a goal. So a goal against Chelsea. He got 10 points against Southampton. So that's 3 returns in a row. He's got good fixtures: West Ham away, Brentford at home, Man United away, Everton at home. He's obviously very key to how that team operates and runs. He's on corners, hence the Gahey assist. I just think that if you have 6.6, midfielder, attacker, whatever, I think Eze is a really, really good option. And I think we've kind of forgotten about him. I think he's going to be in a lot of dead teams.
We'll start every week.
Yeah, we'll start every week. If Crystal Palace are going to get out of this run, if they're going to, keep pushing on, he's going to be at the center of that. So yeah, Eze would be my slightly roguish shout, but he's not rogue in terms of how good he is as a player. He's rogue because lots of EFL players have just forgotten he exists.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Well, thank you, Barry. Should we wrap things up and with the many, many exciting returns of football heritage? I believe you have a North London Derby themed question for us, Barry. Of course.
Yes, Stephen. So because we've lost so emphatically, I thought it'd be quite actually fun because the one thing I was missing from the North London Derby was a red card and a penalty, to be honest, because it's always a dramatic game. So the question this week is, when was the last time a North London derby ended 0-0? So that's not just at the Emirates or at White Hart Lane. It's in both fixtures. What was the year, the last time we had a 0-0 in this fixture? It seems balmy. Every single game's got loads of goals and penalties and red cards and all sorts of things. So, please give us your answer to our football heritage question. We will be back next week, hopefully with a special guest, Stephen.
Yes.
Special guest.
Yes.
Don't give it away yet. Stephen.
The only clue is there's going to be somebody on this podcast who actually knows what they're talking about when it comes to fantasy football, and we have evidence to back this up. I will say no more.
This could be literally anyone, to be honest, compared to us. So yes, that is it for this week. Look, I'm not sure what I'm going to do this week, I'll be honest, for my transfers. I've got two. I think I'm probably going to go triple Newcastle to back that up. Or I could bring in Chris Wood just to wind you up.
I can't believe you don't have him already.
Yeah, I know. You've got Southampton next as well, so that makes sense. But that is it for this week. Hope your FPL weeks have gone well, and good luck for the next week.
Thank you.
And just quickly, give us a follow on our Twitter account, our Instagram accounts, and a huge thank you to Rita, our producer, who captained Haaland this week. An aggressive captaincy hasn't worked out for, unfortunately, but congratulations to the pluck of doing so. We've been Fun Fantasy FPL, and goodbye.
Bye.